everyone, welcome. Come sit, come sit. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about my entire New York City apartment hunting experience. It's so crazy that I'm making this video because I always watch these videos before moving to New York City and like during my apartment search. So it just feels like the tables have turned and now it's my turn. I'm super grateful. I love watching these videos. If you're curious about the New York City apartment rental experience or just the rental market in general in New York City, don't worry. I'm gonna share with you everything that we were looking for in our apartment, our budget, the documents that you need, the rental requirements, tips and tricks, all that stuff. Now, just a disclaimer, I know you guys know this already, but New York City is quite expensive. Rent is expensive, apartments are usually very small, liens older. So before anyone comments, why are you paying an arm and a leg to live in a tiny shoebox? I know, but welcome to New York City. But honestly though, after talking to a lot of people who live in the city, it's the experience of living in New York City that attracts a lot of people. It's the charm, it's the opportunities, it's the diversity in food, culture, and so much more. Most importantly, at least for me, it's growth both professionally and personally. Alright, so now that that's prefaced, let's talk about what we were looking for in our apartment. We were mainly looking for a 2-bed, 1-bath, but also open to a 2-bath, 2-bath, what? We were also open for a 2-bed, 2-bath. We tend to host a lot of friends and family, so it was important for us that they have a place to like comfortably sleep in. As far as the environment, we definitely wanted it to be in like a trendy area, close to a park that we can just like walk to, a lot of trees. It also didn't have to be like the big parks like Central Park or Prospect Park. As long as it's a park that we can go to, read, chill, we're fine. Another non-negotiable for us was to be close to subway lines. This is definitely important, especially living in New York and you don't have a car. We'd rather not walk like 10 blocks just to get to the closest subway line. Like, no thank you. And surprisingly, we're fine with like no elevators. I feel like we're used to walk-ups. It's fine. It's the use in New York City, like it's fine. And surprisingly, we're also fine with no laundry in building. We're testing out like the service that we're now currently doing, the wash, fold, and like deliver. And it's honestly been great. I've been used to like doing my own laundry, so it's kind of nice that someone does it for you. Although like, are we gonna be doing this for a long time? We just like tested it out and so far we like it, but I don't know if it's gonna be like a forever thing. But as long as like we're close to a laundromat, like not like 5 blocks away, we're fine. I'm not sure if you're sensing a theme here, but like we're not really like, it has to be this, like we're totally chill, you know? Now for budget, before you guys go crazy, let's just remember the disclaimer. Just kidding, but considering that we're looking for a 2-bed, 1-bath or 2-bed, 2-bath, the price is definitely going to be a lot higher. For our budget, we had a cap of $3,500 with the willingness to wiggle a little bit if it's like the right apartment. This is actually a good cap considering, and it also worked for us because we weren't looking for a newer building. Newer buildings usually have like a higher price. Like if you're looking for a floor-to-ceiling window, consider raising your budget just actually a lot. Moving on to requirements and documents. Never have I ever been in a city where they're so strict with the rental requirements. It's kind of crazy. You really have to be on top of your game to get an apartment in New York City. So the documents that you need are as follows. A photo ID, this could be a driver's license or a passport, a proof of employment. If you're a W-2 employee, this can either be an offer letter or like an employment verification letter from your employer. If you're self-employed, this could be a letter from your CPA or a certified public accountant. You also need proof of income, so you need your bank statements, your savings or investments if you have one. Typically, they ask for 2 to 3 months of bank statements. You're also going to need pay stubs, so if you're a W-2 employee, usually they ask for 2 to 3 recent pay stub. You also need a copy of your federal tax return, including your W-2 or 1099 forms. Now let's talk about the rental requirements to live in New York City. This is the wildest thing. So in New York, you have to make 40 times the rent. So basically, if your rent is $2,000, you just multiply that by 40, which means you would need to be making $80,000 to be able to get accepted for the apartment. As far as credit score, you need to have 700 plus. Usually they're a little bit more lenient. They're fine with like 680 above. But from what we were seeing in Street Easy, Zillow, usually they were asking for a 700 plus credit score. But the rental market in New York City is highly competitive, so you really need to be on top of your game, unfortunately. It's crazy. So this first apartment is a 2-bed, 2-bath, priced at $3,500. So when we viewed this apartment, the tenants were still in their apartment because it wasn't until a month after when their lease ends. And this is very common in New York City. Like sometimes you view apartments a month before a tenant moves out. But this apartment was a die for. The first bedroom, the first thing that drew me into it was the ceiling. Like it's just so beautiful, so Parisian. I love that detail. I would say that this was definitely one of my top picks and we considered applying for it. It was so bright, so spacious. You get windows on both walls, so it was like you just get a lot of light. You can fit a queen bed, a dresser, you can even have your little office space, and you also get an ample size wardrobe closet. And I was honestly a fan of the black trims that they have. I just think it's so cute. The first bathroom was just outside the first bedroom, and it's actually quite big as well. It's very modern, very bright. The kitchen was just right outside the bathroom. You have to walk in a little hallway, and it's also very bright. I wasn't a fan of the gray kitchen cabinets, but I just saw the potential. Next to it was the living room, and you can comfortably fit a couch and like a console with a TV. It didn't feel too cramped, although it looks like it, but it was like a railroad style apartment, so it was very narrow. The second bedroom was a lot bigger, and you have your in-unit bathroom, which is always super nice. Again, very spacious, and you have windows on both walls, so it's very bright. A lot of light, a lot of space, very cute, very well kept. I love this apartment. The second bedroom is a 2-bed, 1-bath, also priced at $3,500. This apartment was quite big and felt very open. You get to see the kitchen to the left right when you walk into the front door. The kitchen was quite outdated, but we were looking for potential. I feel like you can do a lot of rental-friendly renovations in your apartment, and kitchen is definitely one of those things. Now, I was not a fan of the wall colors, like the green color. I don't know who decided that, but it's diabolical. But I really like how open everything was. You have a space for a living room and like a little dining area. The bedrooms were right next to each other. The first bedroom, I guess you could say this was the master bedroom. It was a lot bigger, it was a lot spacious. You get 2 windows, and you also get an ample size closet. And like I said, the other bedroom was a lot smaller, just 1 window, same size closet. Surprisingly, you can fit a queen bed for both rooms, which is super nice. I like this apartment in the pictures, but you know when you like enter an apartment and just the vibe wasn't there? That's what we felt for this apartment, so we didn't end up applying. The third apartment is a 2-bed, 1-bath, priced at $3,350. I don't know, you guys. I just felt like we got catfish with this apartment. Like in the pictures, it looks so cute. It was so bright. We knew it was the ground floor, so we were just kind of aware of that. But like when we entered, it smelled so bad, and it was just a lot darker than we thought it would be. The broker that was showing it to us had to turn the lights on the unit because it was just so dark without it. We still did tour it because we feel bad, but just like it didn't feel homey, it didn't feel welcoming. I wasn't a fan of the kitchen, I wasn't a fan of the low ceiling. It was quite big, not gonna lie. The bedroom was honestly a nice size, the closet was also a nice size, but it was not the vibe. Now the fourth apartment is a 2-bed, 2-bath, priced at $3,650. So we actually toured 3 total units in this apartment building, but I'm just gonna show you guys the top one that we liked. We didn't want to limit ourselves by just looking at older buildings. I know I told you guys that we were looking mainly for older buildings, but we told ourselves, why not? It doesn't hurt. So we viewed this one apartment here. This apartment had a lot of amenities. It had a gym, it had a beautiful rooftop, big balcony, an in-unit washer dryer, a doorman. As you can see, the finishes are very modern, the appliances are modern, everything is modern, concrete ceiling, and the rooms are on the opposite sides of the apartment, which is always nice. The master bedroom right here is also quite big. It had its own bathroom, very modern, very polished, so nice. And one thing that I like about this room is this walk-in closet, which is super rare in New York. I mean, it is a small walk-in closet, but for New York, this is big. I will say that the living room was quite small and condensed. We were trying to see like how it would fit like a couch and like a console, and it was just like not working. The second bedroom was a lot smaller. It also had a very small closet. Overall, we liked this apartment, but ultimately we were looking for a more older building, but you know, it was nice. She was nice. I was actually trying to fight to like get this apartment, but then I realized maybe not. I just want to quickly show this apartment to you guys that we viewed, that we absolutely love, but we ended up not applying for. When you guys see it, you guys might be like, what the hell? But I'm gonna give it a little honorable mention. This apartment was a 2-bed, 1.5 bath, ground floor, so it was quite dark. The living room and dining area was so bright, and it had the cutest Parisian old vintage finishes. The floors were amazing, the walls were amazing. It definitely looked very dingy, very old, and that was because they were renovating everything. We were talking to like the landlord and broker, like, are you gonna renovate it? And they were like, yeah, of course, we're going to be painting the walls, we're gonna be buffing the floors, it's gonna be a lot cuter when you guys like actually move in. Mind you, in the listing we only saw like 3 pictures, and it was mainly just like the dining area, the living room, so we didn't really see the bedroom, the bathroom situation, the kitchen. And when we viewed it, it was just so janky, so tattered. The rooms were really small and dark, but for some reason we were still very much liking it. We were like, you know, we can renovate this, we can make it look really cute. I feel like we were just blindsided by the living room and dining room because that was just so cute. Moving on to the last apartment that we viewed, this one is a 2-bed, 1-bath priced at $33.50. When we viewed this apartment, there was a lot of people waiting in line already for this because the pictures were really cute and we were like, oh my god, this is gonna be very competitive. I don't even know if it's worth applying. But when we viewed it, the tenants were still there, so we got to see how they like decorated everything. But this one was quite dark when we viewed it. It was like almost the end of the day. We viewed this at like 6:45 p.m. So right when you walk in, you get to see the dining room and living room area. This is how they decorated it. When we first walked in, we immediately was like, oh my god, it's kind of dark. But then when we entered the master bedroom, that's when we just like fell in love. We were just like, wow, this is absolutely beautiful. I immediately saw the vision of how I would like decorate it. The ceilings we were in love with. It was so bright, so spacious. It had 2 windows. It also had a fireplace, which was another selling point. Now, the interesting part about this apartment is that the bathroom are in 2 like places. The shower and sink is in one room and the toilet is in one room. It's very European style, and at first I was like, I don't know if I like that. And quite honestly, I did not like it. But then I marinated on it a little bit and I was like fine with it afterwards. I love the kitchen because it was quite old. I don't know about you guys, but I just like older Parisian looking apartments. I also love the brick building. It goes all the way to the spare bedroom, which was also quite spacious. You can fit like a full-size bed in like an office space. It's sometimes hard to see how to like furnish everything when there's like furniture in there. Like I said, we saw the vision and we actually applied for this apartment and we ended up getting it. And what you see now is the master bedroom and we are so happy. Wow, I felt like I just talked for 5 hours. But that pretty much concludes my New York City apartment hunting experience. It was a hefty one. It was hefty but quick. But anyways guys, I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know in the comments down below which apartment was your favorite. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found it inspiring. If you're moving to New York City and if you have any questions, comment them down below. I'm more than happy to answer it for you. Go like, go subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video.